Good day, everybody. Again, my name is Eric Leyland, and thank you for dropping into this month's newsletter. I wanted to kind of update some items where I've been helping out a lot recently this year. As we've been in 2026 now for a minute, I wanted to share with you some of the things that I've been launching recently for clients, and it revolves around making sure that they have updated platforms for driving advertising and doing targeted marketing. So in this world of digital advertising, it's super important to have a good website to convert that business. So if you've been following along in this channel, I do a lot of things in the SEO world and mobile advertising, geofencing, connected TV. A lot of these areas point to your website. So if you don't have a good mousetrap, right? If you don't have a good presence online through your website, you're going to waste those marketing dollars when you're trying to drive people to it if it doesn't convert. So one of the things that I've been helping out with is building websites to get all these areas to convert. So when you're running Google advertising, if you're doing paid media, it all points back to the website. So as we get into website design and development, we want to make sure that these websites convert, right? At the core of it, the whole idea of having a website is to get people to it to generate business. It doesn't matter if it's e-commerce, if you're a service business, if you do party rental, if you do whatever it is, right? The goal of a website is to convert business. So what we want to be able to do is make sure it has the things that we need in 2026. It has to be a sleek, modern design. You want to make sure that it's mobile optimized. I can't tell you how many times I run into, even this in 2026, I run into it, where websites are not mobile optimized. What does that mean? It means that when you pick up your phone and you look at your website, does it render well? Is it showing up well? If it does not, you're in serious, trouble, because ultimately all your competitors probably are. Speed is really important from an SEO standpoint. If you look at, again, what Google's looking for, what is AI looking for, and what is your customer looking for? It's looking for, and they are looking for, a fast website. And the slower the website, the longer it loads, the higher the likely that person's going to jump off. So you need to have a fast mobile website that is conversion focused. So all these call to action buttons, just like I have on my website, drive those people to making that conversion, whether it's on the website or if they're obviously just setting up a time to come see you, or whatever the conversion point is. We want to make sure that those people are doing it. So when we build a website and we're going through this process, we want to make sure all these things funnel down to a conversion, just like this page does, right? We want to show and highlight the things that you do. So in my case, these are the two websites that I just recently launched, one for Donnelly and the other for Feinstad. And these websites, previous to being launched, were outdated and needed help in modernizing the sites. So as we get into some of this, I'll show you these websites, but the goal is to funnel this into a conversion, just like we're doing here in this video example. So the goal then would be to get somebody to convert and do a website consultation. So if you feel like your website is outdated and you need help, this is a big piece of the marketing puzzle, right? And from an SEO perspective, right? Websites need to have all these things set up, but if it doesn't have it on the website, it's never going to index, meaning it's never going to show up on Google. So a lot of times, again, having these pillars set up to then drive the conversion is critical, and many websites are missing this. So just to kind of talk about what I've recently done with some of these clients, Donnelly had an old, outdated website. They needed to refresh it. They needed to get a lot of the information updated on the site itself. They also wanted to make sure that they're optimized to be found in these different areas as people are looking for their services in Westchester and the local area. So same thing with the attorneys that I worked with in Philadelphia. They had an old, outdated WordPress website. I think it was from like 2015, if I remember correctly. It was pretty outdated, so we had to go in there. One of the things we did was actually update the language on the website to also be bilingual. So they have a lot of people that, again, are Spanish speaking, so they needed a website that was able to convert the messaging from English to Spanish, which I was able to do. And again, just building those practice areas. They had a lot of outdated stuff that was on there, and these are all things that I fixed, and we modernized the site itself and made it easier for people to find. So now we're in that trajectory of getting indexed at Google, and it's a big piece of what I do, right? So if you need help in this area, what I would suggest is going to the SEO audit first, just to kind of get a detailed report of what's going on with your website. So first you want to understand where it's at, and then we can lay out a roadmap to providing a new way to make sure that we're getting a website that's going to index on the search engine. So if you go here and you fill out and have this report sent to me, what will happen is that it'll give me where you're at right now, but it'll then give the roadmap to obviously getting a better position online. So if you fill this out, it'll get sent to me, and then I'll be able to support what's going on behind the scenes to then use that information to guide and direct. So if you need more traffic, if you need more leads, if you have an outdated website, feel free to check out what I've done recently, and then fill out that audit. Like I said, this is something that can really help you understand where you're at and give a roadmap to the future. So feel free to do that, and hopefully when you do, then I can get in touch with you and we can set up a time to review everything. So again, thank you for your time and have a blessed day.